We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HG3, Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and now our World Broadcasting Tag Team Champions of the World and a Cruiserweight Champion.
I'm Ethan.
James.
I'm Rob.
And this is episode 181 of Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. Of course, I am your host, Ethan. You can find me on Twitter at EthanMV95. You can find the analyst, James Williams, on Twitter as well as on Twitter. I'm throwing off my game.
He's thrown off. He shook it. And I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't want to acknowledge his chief over there on Twitter earlier. But yeah, speaking of Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at JHW Reporter.
We're doing so well. It's gonna have to cut that out, Rob. Just start fresh.
Leave it in there.
We got time for that. All right.
What is Rob? Where can they find you at?
Where can they find you, Rob?
Rob Flores Media. And don't forget the R-Truth DMs for Ethan.
R-Truth. What was he doing this week?
I think he did do something.
He was chasing the 24/7 title, I think.
Yeah, but isn't he doing that when the cameras are off anyway? Like
chasing it the wrong way though. He went the other direction.
Oh, hey, it'd be that way sometimes.
I lost. Anyways, you can find us collectively on Twitter at RealBTR Radio, as well as Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. First and foremost, before I forget, I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief. James, would you like to acknowledge Roman Reigns this week?
No, I don't plan on acknowledging him today, but we will talk about it because actually we'll jump right into it because I'm a little upset.
Why?
I'm a little upset.
You're a little hot right now? What's going on?
I'm hot right now, yeah, because you get Roman Reigns, he's a champion. I get it. He has to have matches, big money matches, big opponents, I guess. But not Bill Goldberg. I'm over it. I'm sick. I'm done. I look, I get it. The Prince of Saudi Arabia, loved him some Bill Goldberg back in the day. Yeah, he was undefeated, but that was back in the day. I don't know how old this Prince is now, but he needs to realize that the man's already in Hall of Fame. His career should be done. But they keep running Goldberg back out there, and that's cool, and I get it. But why? Didn't the last time he have a match in Saudi Arabia, he almost hurt The Undertaker? I'm sure he had another match before then, but
he hurt himself along with her.
Or he hurt himself and almost hurt The Undertaker.
That's right.
And then he just keeps coming back. It doesn't, why? We don't need it. It doesn't make any sense.
We can always use the legend of Goldberg, the man who retired Bret Hart.
No, listen. Yeah, whatever. No, but look, it's honestly to the point where they're really only bringing him back for Saudi Arabia.
I mean, to be fair,
there's nothing to be fair about.
This match was supposed to happen 2 years ago. And then
what? They made the right choice 2 years ago.
COVID came. Roman said, I ain't working in Performance Center. Said, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. Strowman squashed him. Whatever that was, what it was. This match never happened as originally intended. Coming back to it, I mean, it's an Elimination Chamber event. They bring out all the legends here. We got Lita. She's coming in. They bring in all the part-timers in. For the Elimination Chamber. So
that's fine. That's great. I'm just tired of Goldberg. The same. Brock's kind of getting to that point a little bit too. I mean, Brock stays longer than Goldberg.
Brock's
that's saying something.
The menace. We're gonna talk about Brock in a second too.
We will talk about Brock in a minute. But I'm just saying, Goldberg, I mean, the man only had so many moves. I feel bad, because I'm knocking Goldberg. I respect him, and but he was in his prime and he was doing his thing undefeated when I was a child.
Yeah, he was.
If there's anyone in Goldberg's family I want to see get in the ring and wrestle, it's that son of his who thinks it's okay to just jump in the ring.
Goldberg was attacked. A grown man attacked a child.
He should not have gone in the ring.
Under 18 years old.
Listen, you know what is his name? Cage? The
legend Gage.
Gage Goldberg, excuse me. Anyways, you know what happens when a fan like Gage Goldberg gets in the ring? They get a beat down. Even the ref gets a shot in, right? So what did you think was going to happen when he got in the ring? Look, listen.
Different.
If his dad's a legend and showing him and telling him all these things, he what he should be doing or what he did back in his day, he should have told him not to get in the ring unless he's ready to get a SmackDown, because that's exactly what happened to him. Now, I don't know why he thinks it's going to be okay to have his father go out there and do the same thing. Was he going to try and protect his dad again this time?
I would love to see that very much. But, of course, Roman Reigns will put him down.
Exactly. And that's the other thing. You know how this is going to come. The outcome's going to be. Well, I guess we kind of thought that about Bray Wyatt too, but he ended up. I mean,
it's a different story.
You would think it's a different story, and I mean, and it's kind of like, look, if I were to have to acknowledge Roman Reigns, if that's what it took for Goldberg to never come back, or at least like, yeah, I mean, I don't need. Look, he come back. I don't need to see him wrestle. I don't need a match set up with him. I don't need a build up with him. Like, no.
What would you do? What would you do?
With what?
What would we do with Goldberg if he didn't have to wrestle?
He can go back for fan access. He can be a manager for Gage. He can be on the bump just like he was. He can be in the backstage and he can be the spokesperson.
Let's get him doing
No, not on commentary, but he can make a new soundbite for NXT where he says who's next, and then you have Braun Breaker come out and be the guy who's next or something.
We're gonna talk about
like it's not like you're it's not like we're having a Hall of Fame run here for Goldberg. He's already in the Hall of Fame. He's already won titles. There's nothing left you're getting in it. But then we always wonder why we're not getting any new stars or building any new stars here in WWE. And we'll also talk about, I guess, AJ. I saw some of what AJ said went into his decision to go to NXT. And we had another guy show up on NXT this week who was from the main roster. So you pick where we go from here. But I just needed to get that off my chest. It's already a busy week for me for Super Bowl. Look, if Goldberg wants to go be part of the Super Bowl or do something football related.
He was a part of the longest yard.
I'm over it.
Legend on the gridiron as well. So maybe we'll get Kevin Nash and Steve Austin in there as well. Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather see Kevin Nash at this point.
They were all
somebody.
Great Khali too. So they were all in there.
I'd rather see the Great Khali at this point.
All right.
Put him in the ring with Roman. He'd have make it a Punjabi prison match. It'd be home court advantage for him.
Oh my God. All right. Well, let's continue talking about it. I did want to get into it. Let's start before Goldberg got in the ring. Mm-hmm. I know you wanted to talk about him. You were all hot about it.
Both been holding that in for like a week.
In that chat, crying about it. I was thrilled. But anyways,
you popped for Goldberg coming back.
Popped.
There's no.
I didn't see it coming. I admit I didn't see it coming.
They didn't. I thought they promoted him coming on. Like I thought they knew he was coming.
No, they didn't promote anything. So.
But why would you even pop for that? Like why? Like.
I just thought it was interesting because I didn't expect it. I like it when I'm surprised. See, we're gonna talk about some quote unquote new signees in AEW.
Okay.
I knew that was gonna happen. I'm not surprised. I'm not popped for that.
Really? Wait, who are the new signees?
Well, we know it was Keith Lee. Keith Lee was one.
Wait, you said? Oh, wait, didn't you say NXT signees?
For AEW.
AEW, yes.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, because Khan hyped it up the whole week, right? And so I was
big signee. I'm like, okay, well, everyone, of course, Keith Lee's name's been going around.
Yeah.
Several weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
He just got married with Mia Yim. Congratulations to them.
Yes.
But yes, I'm like, okay, Keith Lee. Yes, I expected Keith Lee to show up.
Really though, like you thought for sure, without a shadow of a doubt,
I knew he was going to eventually show up. I don't know if he was going to show up this week, but I knew he was eventually going to show up
because they hyped it up. But there were names. There was a bunch of names going out there. I'm blanking on who. Yeah, I think Bray Wyatt was trending. Like there was a bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean,
but you knew Keith Lee was the guy.
I knew he was coming.
Okay.
So, I mean, good for him, I guess.
Wait, so I haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm just excited. You saw Keith Lee. Like, what does he look like? What is his name? What is his gimmick? What is he?
It's the same thing.
Is he the Bearcat?
He should be, because I was on board with the Bearcat.
Were you really?
Yes, I was.
Why do I feel like you're lying?
No, I'm all in a Bearcat Keith Lee. The Bearcat.
All right. But he's coming back as Keith Lee. He's limitless Keith Lee as they introduced him.
Still wearing the same thing. Looks the exact same as he did when he got fired.
Music any good?
I'm sure Josiah Williams did his music again. It's
Okay.
a different theme song, obviously.
Mhm.
It's another rap theme song that he, had, or he probably rapped it. I'm sure.
I think he did. I think
Okay.
it sounded like it was him.
Or it was
I don't know.
collaboration or something. But I think he's in the ring with Private Party or something. That's all I saw. I didn't see the full match. I just saw a clip on Twitter. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, he's there. So, I mean,
And
CM
that was
Punk,
for sure the big surprise.
CM Punk is scheduled to have a tag team partner at some point. A surprise. So, I mean, that could be another big signee. I don't know if that's happening tonight, though. I know.
But in terms of
Tony
but in
Khan said he
terms of yeah, and that's what it was, you think?
No, I don't think that was the announcement. That was
Oh, you don't think Keith Lee was the announcement?
no, he just kind of showed up. So
Oh,
I don't know what
so
the
we're
announcement is.
still
Yeah, we're still waiting on
oh
because we're recording. Uh,
yeah, okay. I thought that was it. So they're saying there might be another one?
oh, never mind. It looks like
Uh
John Moxley is teaming up with CM Punk. Okay, that's not a surprise. All right, but I mean, we're still supposed to get an announcement at some point. So, no, Triple H is not going to be the forbidden door to AEW. Rob, let's get back to Roman Reigns. He came out. This was right after the Rumble, of course. So this was the first time Paul Heyman and Reigns have been in the ring since Reigns Superman punched Heyman. Paul Heyman explained how he went with his heart and what he thought was the right thing to say, saying he was trying to protect Roman from Brock.
it was a swerve, bro.
No, it wasn't. He said it was not a planned
Okay.
thing. He said, I got Superman punched and I deserved it. And he said, I took advantage of the opportunity when Roman Reigns got ill with COVID. Specifically, he said, when COVID messed with the wrong guy. That's what he said. Exactly. That's right. He said, I saw an opening. Brock Lesnar had an opening. He needed a match, and I added him into the Fatal 5-Way, and I was back. We were back. And then he said, Brock got basically selfish. He could have had the WWE Championship on Raw. Roman would have stayed on SmackDown. Everything would have been fine. He said Brock got, full of it, showing up to SmackDown, trying to step up to Roman Reigns and everything. And he immediately regretted it. And then he said the Royal Rumble when Roman Reigns gifted him the hand of forgiveness when he asked for the WWE Championship to hit Lesnar with. He knew he was back in the family. He knew he was back in the bloodline. And he got in his knees and he said that. And then he acknowledged his tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Something you should do, James.
He's not my chief, though.
He will be.
I mean, I'd rather have him as my chief over Goldberg. So we'll go with that.
Okay. But yes, the bloodline is back together. I don't have to hide him anymore. There he is, holding that Universal Championship. I can take off the Sharpie off my T-shirt now with the bloodline on it. I can finally.
You're moving too fast, huh?
Well, the Usos were doing it, so I was going, trying to get rid of any relationship with him in there. So, welcome back to the family, Paul Heyman.
I mean, I wasn't surprised. I kind of was when it happened. I don't know. I guess maybe the way it happened, but at the same time, I kind of said I think they planned to punch. I felt like
he said it wasn't planned. It wasn't part of.
He said it wasn't, but I knew there was a chance that.
But yes,
he could still end up with Roman.
Yes, the smart thing to do for Paul Heyman. By the way, he would never introduce Brock the way he normally does with the championship. He said that's the last time you'll ever hear that. So
he's lying.
He's lying.
I mean, to be fair, Brock's been around a lot longer than I maybe thought he was. At the
20 years.
Just winning the title recently. I just thought the program they were going to have before Roman got sick was going to be it, and then maybe he was going to go away for a little bit. But
yeah, I mean,
things work out the way they do.
Yeah, I don't know his contract status. He's been appearing more. I mean, he wasn't here this past week, but he'll be there next week.
Mhm.
Um,
Has he been? He's been on TV since
pretty
the Rumble,
much
right?
almost every week since
Yeah. Okay.
he's been for this program with Roman. Day one, almost every week. So
That's the other thing I don't like about it is like Brock's still in this program with Roman to some degree, but
he
then Goldberg's still around.
they got the WrestleMania match. That's the WrestleMania match confirmed.
That's right, and
Happening
that's
after.
a whole other rant for another segment. But I don't need that match either.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess we don't
Name
need
a main event that's happened that's gonna have happened that many times. I guess what Rock and Cena. I guess did they go 3 times?
Brock and Austin went 3 times.
Yeah, but
Roman
that's
still
Rock.
needs a WrestleMania victory over Brock. That has not happened yet. The first one, Seth cashed in.
Right.
I was there for that great moment. Second one, Brock actually beat him. That was WrestleMania 32.
That's right.
So, I mean,
you
they've
think-
wrestled several times since then, and Roman has gotten victories over Brock, but hasn't happened in WrestleMania. So,
I mean, I guess that's fine. Does it need to be the last match of the show?
no.
Be
but
honest. Yes.
It's going to be. I mean, I don't know what other match we got confirmed. Ronda Rousey will challenge Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Which I thought was surprising.
I didn't. I think when they were the final 2 participants in the Rumble, I figured that was probably going to be the right decision because Charlotte has no one else really to face on SmackDown. Not really. Not for WrestleMania. Like unless unless they build someone like within the next several weeks.
Okay, so I don't want you to answer this now because we're running up against a break here.
All right.
But when we come back, and I'm not sending us to break officially here yet, but I want to know who you think is gonna go with Becky then, because Becky has to have a solid match, right? So don't answer it now, but just think about it. But again, I was surprised that it was Charlotte and Ronda, just because I think the match is. But then again, there's someone that can maybe set Charlotte straight, just considering all the things she's been up to this year. And I mean, she can't really make a case officially for herself to say, oh, I'm Charlotte, I should win the WrestleMania because I'm fighting so and so. Like, no, you're fighting Ronda. So I think Ronda needs to come back with a strong win too, maybe.
Perhaps. I mean, I don't see. I feel like they could go in an interesting direction with it.
It could, because I don't know how long Ronda's going to be around either, right?
Absolutely. We'll talk more about it when we return right here on episode 181 of Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 181 of Beyond the Ropes. I'm your host, Ethan, joined alongside the analyst, James Williams, and producer, Rob Flores. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. Before the break, we were talking about WrestleMania matches. Of course, we were talking about Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey and where they can go there. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, James, you threw out who I thought would face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship.
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't call her big time Bex.
Well, I was being very unbiased. I'm an unbiased journalist. I don't know.
Maybe because she hasn't done anything big time other than the Stone Cold podcast. Did you listen to that at all?
I have not, but she has done something big time. She keeps just owning Ric Flair on Twitter. It's great.
I heard that beef is still going on. I don't know. I saw he was something, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna, because Ric Flair was trending, and I'm just like, is Ric Flair good? Yes. Oh, just beefing with Charlotte, or with Becky. Okay. I didn't read much into it though. What is the deal now?
He said something else, saying, he didn't like the fact that she calls Ronda Rousey Ronnie, which I don't care for either, but I don't know, whatever.
But that's what Becky does, though.
I know that exactly. So, and because I guess it kind of ruins Rousey's reputation or whatever. And then he said something else. I don't know. Basically, what did she say? She had a nice little tweet here, so I'll put it here. I'll look it up.
I just don't know why Ric Flair is like so upset. It's like, why? Like, what does it matter? It's just like, don't you have other things going on? Aren't you getting divorced? Like,
That's right.
I'm just like,
all right. Here you go. This is a quote courtesy of sportskita.com. This is from player. Once again, she's not Ronnie. She's Ronda Rousey. And anybody who's stupid enough to call her Ronnie and make a joke of her presence, what she brings to the company is out of their mind, aka what is her name now, Big Time Bex. Hey Ronnie, welcome back. That's exciting. That's really exciting. How about thank you, Ronda, for showing up because I'm not the man anymore. I'm generic. Who am I? Big Time Bex, the last kicker. I don't know.
I
People
don't.
think
It doesn't
they
do.
don't, that they can't use the man, which Becky says. I think she said in an interview that technically they do, and she will bring back the man when the man is good and ready to be brought back.
Oh, is that why partly why they switched to big time backs to kind of just go away from the man stuff while it's getting like
Yeah,
sorted out or something?
well, on Twitter, she still has the name.
Oh,
of the
she
man.
still has it. Okay,
She still has it, but yes, I think in terms of on television,
right.
it's a more of a babyface gimmick, I would say.
That's true too. Yeah, that's
so
true
this is
too.
her tweet from 6 hours ago, I guess, responding to that. Work so hard, your heroes become your rivals, then become so good, Ric Flair loses his mind every time you breathe. Becky Lynch, February 2022.
I mean, it's just so great. Like the whole Ric Flair thing, it's just so random. I don't know. It's just
Got nothing
so.
else to do. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but why? Like, why you
Like
the word? Like, it's so nitpicky. Like Ronnie, whatever. Like,
I think he's looking for something to argue about because she's using the
of course he is.
man, and as well as the feud with Charlotte. He's I don't know. He's got to get himself over somehow, I guess. So, yes, she still has the manhandle slam. Yes, that's part of the finish move. I mean, that's fine.
He could have called. Yeah, I don't know why she didn't call him Ricky. I think that's kind of. Wait, he could have called her Ricky Divorcee.
Oh my god. Respects the guy. I mean, I'm sure, probably. I mean, I don't know if she wants to keep hounding
I
him.
mean,
She seems more like defending herself. I don't think she really says anything.
right.
It's more self-defense than anything.
Oh, I mean, look, if she wanted it, she could have totally go for the divorce thing if she wanted.
She could just end him right away. I'm sure
she could. Yeah.
That tweet alone was great, but she's being, I think, professional about it. So, anyway, talking about her WrestleMania opponent, there is an Elimination Chamber match. There's a second Elimination Chamber match happening on the Raw Women's Division side, a number one contenders match where the winner will face the champion. You're saying it's Becky Lynch. We still got Becky Lynch versus Lita happening at Elimination Chamber.
That's so right. My apologies. Yes.
How dare you? But yes, Becky Lynch will own Lita.
And so good to one. Sorry to interrupt you, but what now? Is this the first time they're gonna have two matches in Saudi Arabia for the women, or because that's a big deal in its own right? Right.
Eight women will be competing in one show. That's a huge deal. Someone. There's been a couple of times I think I've seen on Twitter. Someone's kind of made a list of every Saudi show that's happened. The first one, there was I think no woman. The second one, there was that first one with Lacey Evans and Natalia,
and they had to wear like a shirt or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think they still do that, but
oh, do they? I thought they did this last time or something.
Maybe not the last time, but I think a couple of times they did. And then the other one, I think they did Naomi versus Bailey for the championship this time, and then. I think the last one, I forgot what the last one was. They had a few where each one kind of up the stakes. This time we have 8 women competing on the show, including a championship match and a stipulation match, as big as the Elimination Chamber. Yeah. The participants are Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Doudrop, Bianca Belair. I feel like I'm forgetting someone because there's...
Is Naomi in that at all, or did Carmella? Or
this is the Raw side.
Okay.
Okay, here are the participants. Nikki ASH. I thought she was in there. And then the last person has not been announced. There is a 6th mystery participant. Some people have thrown out Lacey Evans.
Why?
She's expected to come back soon.
Really?
Well, she already had a child a few months ago. So. Asuka.
She just didn't. Yeah.
Asuka has now returned. Alexa Bliss technically has been appearing on Raw in those segments.
I think. What is the timetable on
Bailey's on
Becky? On Bailey, I mean, yeah. Bailey's on.
Well, I guess she could move to Raw if they wanted to move to Raw.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, because they need an opponent for her. If she's coming back around that time, and it would be on a show where the championship is already booked, and so she wouldn't be featured in a prominent spot coming back right away. Like, what's the point?
she could have.
You almost wait for her to come back at WrestleMania at that point, after WrestleMania.
They might do that. They like to do that sometimes with the returnees. They'll just say so until after Mania, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, part of me, as you were reading them off, I was like, "Ooh, Rhea Ripley," and then I was like, "Ooh, Liv Morgan," and then I was like, "Ooh, Bianca Belair." So I'm okay with there being a couple options in there that can.
So you asked me who I thought was going to be Becky's opponents, because I mean, Lita's great, but she's not winning. I don't think she got another run. I don't think she has another run. Who knows? Maybe she'll be in another match Mania, because she can wrestle the Rumble. Why not? Give her something to do. Maybe she faces Bailey.
Sure.
Legend. You can get a legend match in there.
I can see that.
Why not? But yeah, so I think Becky Lynch, realistically, if we're looking at it, if it's going to be one-on-one, because originally I thought maybe they might do a triple threat.
Okay.
I think they might go the triple threat for the SmackDown Women's Championship side, and I'll say which opponent for that one will be added.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've got Becky versus Bianca. I think it has to be Bianca at this point.
Do you think Bianca wins?
I think she gets that win back, yes.
Oh yeah, because is that where the title switch was? That at WrestleMania?
That was
no. She won it at WrestleMania, and then a couple months after, right? When did Becky come back?
Becky came back at SummerSlam last year.
At SummerSlam, I knew it was one of the big four. Okay,
the 8-second match with your favorite moment of SummerSlam.
That wasn't my favorite moment. That was your favorite moment.
Right, your favorite moment was Bill Goldberg match.
No, it wasn't.
That's that when Gage. Yeah, I think that's when Gage got attacked.
Now that was my favorite moment. Yes.
But anyways, no, I think Bianca gets her title back, get that win back.
Mm-hmm.
So, going quickly back to the SmackDown match, I think they're gonna add Sasha to it.
I forgot about Sasha. I don't know with Sasha. They're.
I don't know what's going on with Sasha. I think she was still injured technically when she got in.
Yeah, I remember you said that, right?
Fully 100%. With that being said, I think she will be back, but I don't know.
I just don't ever know what they're doing with her.
It's stop and start because
because every time they do want to. It's like at this point she's gonna be injured so much that she's gonna be wrestling for a long time. Which again, I'm not against, but it's just like. Her career is going to be so prolonged just because she's had so much time off. She's literally probably missed 2 or 3 years worth of action altogether just with her injuries and stuff. I feel maybe not. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but
she might already have to go film the next season of Mandalorian.
That's the other thing too. That's why I thought she was maybe originally out, even though they said she had gotten her. But I know it was at a house show and they showed that. But
yeah, so I think because they didn't mention her name on SmackDown.
Okay.
I think they had mentioned that Sonya Deville stated that quote unquote Ronda chose Becky Lynch originally, and that Charlotte will get to choose her opponent. And I don't remember if Charlotte actually said Sasha, but Sasha's name got thrown out. So I feel like if Sasha is going to be medically cleared, I think they're not going to put her in the Battle Royal or something.
Yeah.
I think they got to put her in a prominent role unless they give her a feud. I don't know if they bring Bailey back. I don't know if that's a feud we need to see at Mania.
I don't need to see that either. I don't I'm so against seeing repeats right now. I know that just because of who is available, and I'm not that they were using a lot of the people they released anyways, but I'm just I don't want to see repeat. I mean, that's the sad part. I'm still gonna watch. So it doesn't matter. But
it'll be a great match. We haven't got
it will be a great match.
So
I mean it's just
I don't know. So I think Sasha probably gets added to that match just to add, something to it. I'm sure that's the main event of night one. I'm sure. I
was gonna say, didn't they all three have a triple threat already? But that was not Ronda. That was Becky.
That was Becky.
Yeah.
I think the Becky, whatever match she has, it'll probably be the kickoff match, the first match in the card.
The Becky match?
The Becky match. I think that'll be. Because Broman's Brock is going to close out night 2.
Well, yeah, because if they're having 2 titles now, they're doing 2 nights. So, yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think I think the WWE title match and probably the Raw Women's title match will probably open each night.
That makes sense.
Did
Alternate
last
them. So
year.
yeah.
I think last year the WWE title kicked off the show. So
Okay.
I think
Makes
that would
sense.
make the most sense there. And of course they want Ronda and for Charlotte closing out the show. I don't know.
I mean, I'd rather have that than Brock and Roman.
Yeah, close that night too. All right, let's talk about. Why don't we talk about NXT a little bit? Let's
Mhm.
talk about this title right here. This one right here. Your guy Braun Breaker. He's going to defend the title against Santos Escobar. I'm still behind
Mhm.
NXT. I have not seen anything. I'm going off clips here, but
I mean, you might as well just skip what you missed and just
I
jump
don't
back
know.
into
It
it,
sounds
please, because
very.
you're
It sounds
so
very
behind. It's
entertaining.
ridiculous.
It sounds very entertaining every time. I just haven't been able to keep up with it. So, but he's going to be defending against Santos Escobar at Vengeance Day this upcoming Tuesday. And then we got an old familiar face, Dolph Ziggler, showing up.
Who said he was right? Didn't he say there was the promo like I think the night of the rest after Royal Rumble? I think he said
Braun Breaker. I forgot what happened. Who called out who? Whatever. Braun Breaker said. Apparently he doesn't work Saturdays either because he
that's
got
right.
Yeah. And then Ziggler said he would show up on NXT, and now he's there. Showed up at NXT, but it looks like he might be going against Tommaso Ciampa because it looks like they got into a little brawl toward the end of it. So that's interesting. One of two things. One, I think this is great. It's always good to have. We had just had AJ show up on NXT. Had a little feud with Grayson Waller for a bit.
And did you see what AJ had said about him?
No.
Well, so I caught some of it. I didn't read the whole thing, obviously, but they had said that it was AJ's decision to go down there because he said, hey, if you are trying to it's kind of like the superstars are aware of it too. There's no one we need to make new stars or we need to help build or bring up what's next. And I think that according to what I had seen, it was AJ's idea to do that and to go to NXT to try and help give someone the rub. And so apparently whether he's the one who decided specifically on Waller or not, but I think good on them for going through with it and having someone like AJ go down there and show them something.
Yeah, so now we got Ziggler there. So like I said, I think that's a great idea. Two, I'm a little concerned now. Concerned for a little Robert Roode. Because not like he was down there. And if Ziggler's down there, who knows how long Ziggler will be down there. Hopefully Robert Roode is doing something.
Yeah.
He's on TV. Because that might be a red flag for Roode if they're doing something else.
But I think the thing with Ziggler, I think it'd be almost the same thing like what they did with AJ. AJ was still kind of in the middle or wrapping up a storyline still.
Well, right now the Dirty Dogs aren't in a feud or anything though.
That's true. Yeah, that's part of it, but I don't know. I don't think it having Ziggler is a long-term option down there, but I think they're just trying to have those guys have good matches. And heck, if you can't get Tommaso Ciampa to the main roster, you got to bring some guys down to him.
I don't know what's going on there. Another name that should be on the main roster who looked good. He did a springboard dive. I've never seen this guy do a springboard dive into the ring this past Tuesday. Say it with me, James.
I was hoping you would.
L-A Knight.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
He did. I saw that GIF or with GIF, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
He looked great. 39 years old, looking great. Call him up.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised none of them were in the Rumble.
None of them have been on TV. There was speculation that they were going to be called up or something. I mean, maybe after Mania, but I don't know.
I think it's just a matter of shortage of talent, whether it means a shortage in talent or what. Because you let so many people go that
I guess.
You probably don't have a whole bunch of people standing around back there anymore. So if you're calling someone there, they're being used for something.
Absolutely. But anyways, I'm all for seeing LA Knight on my TV screen very soon, hopefully on Raw or SmackDown. Looking very intrigued at seeing what Dolph Ziggler does. Looks like he's going to be doing something with Ciampa.
And I think that'd be a good match.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great match.
Is that one for Tuesday too, or do they have like whenever you said the Vengeance?
No, nothing's been confirmed.
Okay.
Ziggler just showed up, so I'm sure we'll get that match at some point. I don't know if it'll be for Vengeance, but we do have the Dusty Cup Finals that's been going on as well. Or finals will be on Vengeance Day, and we'll talk more about that after the break right here on episode 181 of Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 181 of Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm your host, Ethan Jordan, alongside the analyst James Williams and producer Rob Flores. NXT Vengeance Day happening this Tuesday as we're recording this. The Creed brothers of Diamond Mine, my favorite group now, you know, that Adam Cole is retired as a wrestler, taking on the Creed brothers, taking on MSK in the finals, last year's winners. So Creed brothers are probably going to get that rub, which is good for them. I mean, I've heard they've been doing some great work down there. So,
well, I'm just glad to see that they're actually doing something with Diamond Mine, because I got a little worried about them, just kind of with, you know, you start thinking Roddy's going to go up to the main roster or something. You one of their guys got let go. You know, you start wondering. I think was it Harlan? I think like picked up the girl or something, and I don't know. I just kind of thought they're gonna start trending downhill a little bit, but you know, I think they obviously have kind of maintain some level of success, at least at the tag team level here. Is Malcolm Bivens kind of getting involved with some of how they've been able to advance to the finals so far? Or what have you
I don't know
seen?
much, but I know he's a menace on Twitter. That's all I know.
I mean, he's great on the mic, so I would imagine he's
probably doing some good work.
And I don't want to see MSK win. They're kind of boring. Not boring. But they don't do anything.
This is mad because their guru was Matt Riddle.
I think I remember. What was the thing about that? He came down to NXT too.
He came down as well. He also had a match.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's right, with Walter or Gunther.
Oh, Lord.
I say Gunther. All right. TBS title was defended against a student of Booker T. Good signing for Booker T. Not from what I'm reading. I heard it was a terrible match, so maybe not so good for him.
Maybe before the match it was a good thing for Booker, but after the match,
apparently not.
Not so much.
Jade Cargill is very, very green from what I've seen as well, and she's a champion. So I don't know if they're putting her against students. Probably not a good idea. She needs to be in there with some veterans. But anyways, numbers. We're talking about numbers here. Why not?
Yeah, we were talking about numbers and stuff. And actually, so again, we'll start with AEW. We just mentioned a little bit of AEW with the TBS title there. But Rampage, again, pulling up the rear this week with only 540,000 for their February 4th show. You have AEW Dynamite, their flagship show, with 954,000 for their February 2nd show. You got NXT. You called it a fun show, it looks like a fun show to you. 600
was an action.
Well, of course. So there were 619,000 people who agreed with you and are also probably just as interested in Mandy Rose.
Her match was really good
for their February 1st show. She was getting chased around and got forced into a title match the week before.
Yeah, apparently Dolph Ziggler was also following her still. They had a little interaction on Twitter.
I think that's what when she left, right? That was like her last little story, right?
Last thing, yeah.
And then again, we have Raw because I guess because the Winter Olympics are going on, USA was probably airing something on that day on USA. So Raw was over on Sci-Fi for their February 7th show.
NXT as well, by the way.
And NXT as well, okay. But I think Raw did fairly well for themselves on their February 7th show with 1.3, almost 1.4 million. So not bad considering they were on a different channel. And actually, it's funny because I was away that day, and I almost had to call my dad and tell him, "Oh, it's not good. It's going to be on Sci-Fi," but he managed to find it. So sounds like 1.4 million also found it as well. And again, SmackDown leading the way. I guess you can say Roman Reigns is moving the needle, because I definitely don't think it can totally be
The needle mover.
Goldberg. But SmackDown for their February 4th show with 2.1 million for that last episode. So SmackDown doing well for themselves. Rampage and NXT still kind of within range of each other there.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit. I mean, you got Super Bowl this Sunday, right?
Yeah, the Super Bowl is this Sunday. I'm sure this maybe will air a little bit after the fact, but I was down there on Monday. Like I said, I wasn't there to watch Raw on my TV set, but I was gonna have to call my dad and let him know that there was a channel change. But anyways, so I was down there getting my credentials and stuff on Monday, and I'm down there minding my own business. There's people out on Radio Row. Everyone's having a good time, smile on their faces. It was a fun time down in downtown LA. And, I go home, mind my own business. And I guess apparently this WWE superstar is ducking me because The Miz shows up the next day.
The A-lister.
Is he the A-lister if he shows up on a Tuesday and I'm there on a Monday? That means I'm the A-lister.
He was working on Monday, sir. He was beating Dominic. Well, actually, he lost to Dominic Mysterio. But anyways, I
was working Monday too, I guess. I was down there. I mean,
work Tuesdays.
Well, anyways, so he was down there, and Pat McAfee was down there doing his show. Like I said, Radio Row's down there. They have a bunch of stages set up for different channels and whatnot. So it's a good time down there. And I didn't know this, or maybe I would have found my way back down there. I don't think he was there on Monday, but Pat McAfee did his show live from the LA Convention Center on Radio Row. And I don't think The Miz was scheduled, but obviously Miz does live in LA, and I know some of The Miz's people apparently. But anyways, his people let me know that Miz did come in down from his part of LA to make that run in on the Pat McAfee show and do a little appearance and interrupt the segment. And I think they had a good little laugh at it. So obviously Pat McAfee has his show on Sirius XM, and obviously he's a broadcast for WWE, and he's pretty funny as well. But no, it was just good to see The Miz go down there and do a little part. And I think Miz, I think I also saw WWE tweet The Miz was at some pop-up shop that WWE had in LA, I believe. So LA definitely getting in on that footprint for all the Super Bowl hype, much like everyone else does during WrestleMania season. And again, it's just been kind of interesting and nice. And I just kind of went down there again to get my credentials, but just kind of scope everything out and see how they are building up and anticipating the Super Bowl and everything around it down there in downtown LA. Obviously, Super Bowl is going to be in Inglewood at SoFi Stadium, but so is WrestleMania. Obviously, was supposed to have happened last year, I guess. But when it doesn't have its time around, I'm sure
this year
was it supposed to be this year? Okay,
next year.
But so it will be coming around here shortly. Obviously, it's next in line, but so it's just kind of interesting to see and maybe have an idea of how things work out. And obviously now that I've kind of got a little bit of a glimpse of what Radio Row looks like for the Super Bowl, I'll start asking some questions and seeing if there's a way we can get down there on Radio Row for WrestleMania season. But with that said, The Miz is down there representing the WWE. I'm supposed to be out at the NFL Awards or NFL Honors Awards show tomorrow. And it'll be interesting to see. I'll be out on the red carpet. I'll be sure to have any news or info if there are any WWE personalities or anything out there. Maybe Pat McAfee will be out there, for example, or Roman Reigns maybe. But if any of them are out there, and I do have those interviews, or I am able to get an interview with any of them, we'll be sure to play it right here for you guys on the show. But that's a big if. We'll see. No promises, but I'll do what I can because I try to do the best I can, as always, for you guys. Nothing but the best for you, Ethan and Rob.
I'm sure you do. Speaking of LA, last week a big LA premiere in Los Angeles
with WWE superstar Johnny Knoxville.
Apparently Royal Rumble legend Johnny Knoxville there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still having a little beef with one Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, great guy to follow on social media. does fantastic work on social media.
Jim Cornette didn't care for Johnny Knoxville in the
I
Royal
didn't
Rumble.
listen to that. I'm sure he
He
did.
said he said he skipped it. He's
I believe it. He skips a lot of stuff, so I believe it. But no, Sami Zayn was in LA. Took some pictures. He was having a nice meal. He seemed very happy.
Okay.
And he was excited to be invited to the premiere of the new Johnny Knoxville film. He was apparently quote unquote invited.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was he really invited?
He showed up on the red carpet, nice little maroon suit. He took a video, he was like dancing and everything, doing his Sami Zayn dance. He was like so excited. He was on the red carpet. He got interviewed by Entertainment Tonight, I believe, wondering where Johnny Knoxville was and everything. And then Johnny Knoxville and his bums of what he calls friends, they started
Man in Preston.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Wee Man was there. Wee Man was there.
Of course, Wee Man was there.
I don't know. They were bullying him.
Oh no!
Off the red carpet, they brought out that stun gun again that happened on SmackDown, and he chased him off the red carpet.
So maybe he wasn't really invited though.
I mean, security did take him off. No, he was. Well,
I don't think so.
Anyways, he did. We thankfully to Twitter. A few hours later, we found out he had snuck in the movie theater. He was watching the movie. He said, and since then he said he's watched the footage over like 100 hours, watching it back and forth. So he's looking into it. But he still got some beef with Johnny Knoxville. He will finally get his Intercontinental Championship match against Shinsuke Nakamura next week, the 18th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the 18th. So might see a new Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown. So there we go. Little Sami Zayn update there for you.
Yeah, no, that's interesting to see. I'm curious if they did manage to get any of that Royal Rumble stuff in there into the, I guess remains to be seen, or maybe it shows up on, I was gonna say the DVD, but maybe it shows up on the hidden or deleted scenes or whatever. Man, I think they try to find a way to get it in there, regardless, just considering the bumps that he took during that match.
Absolutely. Speaking of, there's no transition for this, I guess. Speaking of bumps, but here we go. Right, RK Bro and Alpha Academy.
What's the bum?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're all great. They're doing in some great work. Chad Gable is looking great. Gotten so better. You reminded me so much of Kurt Angle. Everybody's been saying this. He's been putting in that work. Kurt Angle's plans have been nixed.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I just saw something
He
about
got
that.
bumped. He got bumped.
He got bumped. There you go. Yeah.
So,
and I don't know. Do you know what the deal was? I think Fightful had that as a subscriber-only story. Unfortunately, I'm not subscribed, but
he said there was apparently some plans, but for WrestleMania, but yeah, they were nixed. I had heard that it was just for a few weeks on Raw. I didn't think there was a WrestleMania plan originally, but I don't know.
I wonder who he would have had a match with or what. I mean,
I don't even know if it was going to be a match or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the
little breaking. Ric Flair, our favorite tweeter. Wow, so upset with reality. Leave me out of the occasion. Tully and Art made the Road Warriors. ETC, don't show your I don't know. He's responding to something on AEW. I don't know what happened there.
What?
But he seems very upset.
He's lost his mind. There's no way. I just don't think he's like. Could he really be the one tweeting? I just does Ric Flair even know how to do a tweet? Let's be real. Let's be honest.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he knows how to send a text message. I mean,
a text message maybe, but a tweet.
They're the same thing.
Wait, does he tweet in all caps or no?
No.
Oh. Wait, who tweets in all caps?
Sheik.
Somebody. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Iron Sheik, the legend. Make you humble.
Make you humble. All right.
Apparently, Mikey Ruckus, who also I believe did Adam Cole's theme song, did Keith Lee's theme song.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a GIF of Keith Lee. I guess it was just a small clip from his match or his debut on AEW, and he threw this dude across the ring. Looked pretty good. I don't know if you had a chance to see that one, but
I did. No, I did see that one.
Yeah.
Let me see.
He threw him across the ring like a dart.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this big announcement, Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan. I don't know what you do. I don't know what's going on with him.
Let's see. Anything here? 2 minutes? Nothing.
I mean, we're getting close to the end of AEW, right? So,
Ew, the last 2 minutes? I don't know.
I mean, but if like, what can AEW do in 2 minutes? Like, that's not a good debut for
You got
anybody.
the world title match, by the way. Hangman Adam Page versus Lance Hoyt.
Okay, so Keith Lee's all elite.
That's
He's
Archer.
official. So there's that. The announcement for Wednesday's Dynamite, a free agent debut, and the person walking through the forbidden door are one and the same.
Okay.
This is what Khan tweeted on February 4th. This is original. They're walking in the door, signing a contract, and slamming it shut on Wednesday. So
it's Jay White and Keith Lee then.
But he said they're coming to, and they are one and the same.
Jay White?
I guess, but he said free agent debut, which to me is Keith Lee.
Keith Lee's a free agent. Jay White is a forbidden.
Is you said with Impact, right?
He's with New Japan, but he's been appearing on it.
Oh.
They have a partnership still, so I guess it's Jay White.
No, it's Keith Lee.
Well, the Forbidden Door.
Yeah, I don't get the Forbidden Door thing. I don't know.
Someone who's signed to a different company. That's Jay White. Keith Lee is the free agent. I don't think it's the same person.
But Tony Khan says that was the same person.
Tony
Khan it's supposed to be.
Tony Khan's on something else. I don't know.
I mean, but he did tweet, like what he tweeted was like, "Oh, Keith Lee's official is all." He didn't say that about Jay White though.
What was the exact tweet again?
Okay, when he first announced or teased it.
Yes.
He said the big announcement for Wednesday's Dynamite that we reference on Rampage, a free agent debut, and the person walking through the forbidden door are one and the same. They're walking in the door, signing a contract, and slamming the door shut.
Okay, that's
So it's one and the same. It's Keith Lee.
I guess. Is that a forbidden door?
He also just tweeted it's a Texas death match. Lance Hoyt, Adam Page for the AEW World Championship on AEW Dynamite. Thank you for everyone.
That's it, I guess. Huh.
Oh, that's what's happening right now. Okay. And then Punk Moxley. Okay. Yeah, there's not anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for Keith Lee, but
I
don't know what I was expecting from.
He's not a game changer.
I don't know about all that. Don't say that.
I mean, CM Punk showed up. He wasn't.
No, right. I mean, yeah. What is it going to look like
in terms of that?
2 months from now? Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
He's not popular, but
Real quick, I know like we're almost done here with the show, but did you come across Heyman's comments on about CM Punk?
No, I didn't. I think I saw the post, but I didn't actually watch it or read
I think I read some of it. No, I think I did listen to it, but it was just kind of interesting because he was like, oh, like it's like the honeymoon phase or whatever, but like, what did he really come back for? Like what is he going to be doing like a year from now? Like, is he still going to be on top of the world, or is he just going to be another guy? So like, it was just kind of, it just wasn't the take I was expecting from Paul Heyman about CM Punk.
Wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, and I feel like that hype is kind of over in a way. But
it's over for me. He's kind of wrestling a bunch of nobody. No,
I mean, he was wrestling Sting.
He was wrestling Sting, yes. He wrestled last week,
which is cool. But I feel like that wasn't even as big as it could have been. Sting and Punk.
Exactly. Well, they were teaming. I don't think they weren't even.
Or whatever the case was.
They were
like,
teaming. Yeah.
Regardless.
But here, yeah. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Next week, we'll give our predictions for Elimination Chamber. We'll talk more WrestleMania news, and hopefully, no one else gets released. So,
one day at a time.
Until next time, this episode has been absolutely too sweet.